Welcome back. Well, Hamas is again violating Donald Trump's peace plan. This time, Hamas's political leader has said that it won't lay down their weapons. And this comes as Israel's Ynet media outlet reports that Qatar and Turkey have raised with US negotiators Hamas handing weapons to the Palestinian Authority or even storing them in a warehouse. It doesn't sound like they have any plans to lay down their arms anytime soon. And joining me now to discuss is Anti-Defamation League Senior Vice President for International Affairs, Marina Rosenberg. And terrific to meet you in person because you have been on the show before.
Indeed.
I mean, how concerning is this, both Qatar and Turkey, but also the comments from senior Hamas officials?
Well, Sharri, first, thanks for having me. And I think nobody should be surprised that a terrorist attack, a terrorist organization whose purpose is to destroy the state of Israel, is saying that it refuses to lay their arms and to disarm. They don't want peace. They are not fighting for a Palestinian state. They are fighting to destroy the only Jewish state that exists. So we shouldn't be surprised about it. I'm hoping that the international community would put a lot of pressure on Hamas to make sure that they keep up with the agreement that President Trump laid out.
I mean, this shows just how difficult phase 2 of Trump's peace plan is going to be. You know, we thought the hardest part was getting the hostages home. Well, this is going to be just as challenging. Right. Now, Marina, you're in Australia. You're usually based in Washington, D.C., but you're in Australia for the first ever anti-Semitism task force of the group of
the
J7, the world's largest diaspora communities. How's this been?
It's been amazing. Australia is a beautiful country, but the reasons that we came, the Jewish leaders from the seven biggest Jewish communities outside of Israel, is to express our solidarity with the local Jewish community who has been suffering an enormous amount of anti-Semitic incidents in the past 2 years. Australia had the highest rise in anti-Semitism compared to the other J7 countries last year. And we are generally concerned. And we came also to ask the local government to do better and to step up to fight this tsunami of anti-Jewish hate that we're seeing here.
Well, thank you for helping to put the pressure on the federal government, on the Albanese government. I don't think they're going to do anything. I mean, you say that the rise has been among the worst in Australia. Well, how do our figures on anti-Semitism here compare globally?
So in other the J7 countries, we've been seeing more anti-Semitic incidents in numbers, but the intensity and the gravity of violent anti-Semitic incidents, including 2 terrorist attacks that happened, one in Sydney and the other one in Melbourne, is simply shocking. We went to Melbourne to show our solidarity with the Adas Israel synagogue that was firebombed just 1 year ago. And we were inspired by their resiliency, but we also want to make sure that something like this doesn't ever happen again. And, you know, we do global surveys. We did the G100 that shows that almost half of the population in the world have anti-Semitic.
We're out of time, Marina.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you enormously.